football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Nebraska's offense. Possession of the game. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense, always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the shotgun, the inside give. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Going to try to get it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides. The Huskers send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense has its first opportunity of the day. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football in a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much they'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Nittany Lions are flying down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Francis. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot.
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly.
It's complete. A huge pickup.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time. Spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the middle. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Creates a little space. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
That's a great-looking run there. Nebraska has had such a great lineage of running back. When you think back to the great Roger Craig or Amon Green, Lawrence Phillips, or Rex Burkhead, they always seem to be pumping somebody up into the NFL. This guy has a chance to play on Sunday because of his skills.
Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. The give to the tailback. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Right down the boulevard, it's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Still sitting at their own 20 after that last one here, 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everyone.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time. But if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And guys, how many 1st downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And the pass hits, picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, with no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll try to find a more productive play this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Scanning the field, it's Lacy. And the pressure gets to him again, another sack. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback.
Pulls it in on the right. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Give to the running back. Runs through a tackle. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Keeps it on the bootleg. Pressure coming. And they knocked him down almost immediately.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Coming after it. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all of the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
He's now up to 64 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him today.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got it on the run. And he'll run it into the end zone.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the returner will be dragged down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
The quarterback is taken down for a sack. A 10-yard loss on the play. Now, 4th down.
And the Huskers decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Here they come, and they got him for a safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're at on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Snowed under by the defense.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Gets rid of it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. He'll just keep slinging it. He'll pull it down. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On third down, he drops to throw. On the run, still looking. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cornhuskers will punt it away on fourth down. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Makes the grab on the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Quarterback checking off. Looking to move it through the air. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Makes the grab down the middle.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Back open in the middle. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Ready to try the point after. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on what's likely the final play of the half. He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Huskers will kick it away to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
Nebraska, 3.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide out in motion. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Second and very short here for the offense. On the option. He'll pitch it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game. Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Huskers are rolling down the field. They'll run it from the gun. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these...
A shot toward the end zone. Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. He now has 79 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark. Now the pitch. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, try to get that elusive guy on the ground.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Penn State! And the punishment has been extended. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. They're lining up to boot it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's complete to the right. Oh, it's a fumble. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Fires to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th, but they can't move him. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Cornhuskers line up to punt it away. Now, don't forget, I'm sure he hasn't. He had one blocked earlier. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He's got great speed. Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Now improvising. And he gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Penn State! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6.
Oh, there's the ball! And they put it on the deck, but it gets out of bounds to avoid the turnover.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Looking to scramble. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open, and that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll ride his man on the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And the defense got him at the 27.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll leave it with him. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They move the tight end all over. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy catch.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quick toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
It's first down from the 11. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give as they work on that clock. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Then they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all over the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Offense gets set for second down. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Handoff from the shotgun. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys can even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. The option look. Now the toss. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop. And you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do it.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this two-game slide. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Troy went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Trojans team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Getting some heat. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Hit as he throws. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he's going to go down as time has run out. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.